everybody, today we are going to be going through 6 books of my either favorites or not so favorites. These are some books that I'm going to be rating, that I have read, yes, and that I've seen on BookTok, on any TBR list. These are from about a year ago, or popular about a year ago or so, but people still talk about them, and these are some books that I either highly recommend you read or don't read. Our first book is called The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. As you can see, I did a lot of notes in this book. This is probably one of the only books that I tabbed, but overall, I give this book about a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This book is about enemies to lovers, Olive and Ethan. Olive's sister is about to get married. Something goes terribly wrong, Olive's sister and then Ethan's brother are getting married. Something goes terribly wrong, and so Olive and Ethan take their honeymoon. Well, it's a romance, so we all know that they fall in love, but how they fall in love and just all of that is a bunch of twists and turns, and it's one of those summer reads. I'm laying on the beach, I got my book out, it's super cute, there's little text details, but it's just a lighthearted read, a lighthearted rom-com type enemies to lovers romance. Some things that I really liked about the book is the witty banter and the back and forth and it always keeps you on your toes. There's always something happening. As you can see, there's always something happening. And it's just lighthearted. It's cute. I really like the how they talk about Olive and her personality a lot. They really go into detail with Olive. What I don't like that much is the not going into Ethan's point of view. I don't like how they go into, it's a dual point of view, but I don't think that they go on with her, and they don't really give, I feel like the guys in this book, or in a lot of romances, is just hard, poker face, cold stone man, but then lovey with his girl. But I want to see more. One of my favorite quotes from this book, I wrote it down. I don't know if there's only one person out there for me, but I do know that for every bit of my heart, there is only one you. It's just so cute. It makes me smile. It puts a smile on my face. 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars, right there in the middle. It lacks a little bit of depth, but it's lighthearted, and you don't really gotta think. The next book, I don't think is that predictable in this video, but The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I rate this book a 2.5 stars out of 5. So if you don't know, this book is about a Hollywood icon, Evelyn Hugo, and it goes through her 7 husbands. Now, there is a lot of depth to this. So this is actually partly an LGBTQ romance. And with my Christian background, I try to stay away from viewing that type of stuff. Now, with that said, I do think that it does a very good job of explaining what's going on. I think this book is really good in the frame of twists and turns and stuff that you wouldn't really think that was coming, except little do you know, you knew it in the back of your head. We all know what's gonna happen. We all know, but when the certain character that she ends up with comes into the picture, you overlook it because this is not advertised as an LGBTQ romance. However, from the moment she steps on stage, you know what's gonna happen. Now, some of the husbands do feel a little undeveloped, and I think that's just because the author wanted to move the story along. But I feel like if you were to title the book The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, you would really draw into the 7 husbands. Emotional moments where the author's trying to grasp you in, they lack depth. There was a few moments, so I first read this and then my mom read it, and she did not like it at all, and she had a hard time connecting with the book because of the lack of emotional depth to it. You just read it for lighthearted fun, like nothing serious, kind of like the Unhoneymooners, in that just read whenever kind of vibe. But this one is more of just like, I can't connect on it on an emotional basis. This next book is very, very popular. As soon as I show the cover, you're gonna know exactly what it is. So, ACOTAR. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. How do I say this in the nicest way possible? I did not like it. I gave a 1 out of 5 stars. Currently, in present day, I'm reading Fourth Wing, and even that I don't really like. But, I don't know, maybe I'm just not a fantasy girl, but this is a no for me. I have the second book, I haven't started it yet. I feel like it was a Beauty and the Beast inspired plot. I feel like I knew what was coming. I feel like it was just an adult, mature version of Beauty and the Beast. And I felt like it just was slow. Very slow. Just dragged on. I think Farah, I think that's her name. I think she lacks depth. I think that when she gets frustrated, she makes decisions like that, and they're not the best decisions. And I wish Sarah J. Maas would just slow it down a bit. Overall, despite the popularity, ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, felt just flat to me. Very flat. I didn't get depth. I didn't get any sort of volume. Just flat. Before I show it to you, I rate this book a 4.5 out of stars. I literally read this in basically one day. It was it goes along with the Unhoneymooners, just such like a lighthearted rom-com type vibe. And I love those kind of vibes. I don't know why, it's just so great to me. But without further ado, Emily Henry's Book Lovers. Nora and Charlie, I love you. Charlie Lastra, if I could literally have you in the real world, I would give you 1,000 hugs over again. I love Charlie Lastra. He is amazing. Nora wasn't my favorite character, however, because Charlie was so great, I didn't care. I didn't care at all. And you're gonna laugh when I tell you the reason why I didn't really like Nora. Her name. I don't know why. I couldn't get past the name Nora. If you're named Nora, love you to death. But this Nora, sorry, I can't. But I do like, every time I recommend this book to somebody, I always say, do you remember like all the Hallmark stories of when the city boy goes to the small town, leaves his city girlfriend, and falls in love with the small town girl? Nora is the city girl that he left. Like, that's the girl. Like, don't you ever wonder, oh, whatever happened to the city girl? I wonder what happened. That's her. And you get to know her story because, unfortunately, just like every other Hallmark movie, she goes to a small town and she finds a guy. But there's a turn of who Charlie is, why they meet Charlie at the small town. Like, they're rivals. It's literal rivals. They're enemies to lovers. It's beautiful. Family, grief, identity, it all goes in. It all ties in. Nora is beautifully developed. Charlie, beautifully developed. Love them. I will say the romance does take a long time to develop. It's a little bit of a slow burn, slow flame, whatever you call it. still, it's just so good. I originally wasn't gonna let this book into this series or this video, but I was watching a Brooklyn and Bailey video and they had this book. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about why I gave it 2 stars. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Figure skater Anastasia and then ice hockey Nathan. They fall in love. However, I don't feel that the love had a lot of depth to it. I feel like they don't actually like each other. Like, they seem to fight all the time. They seem to just not get along. I don't think that this couple actually likes each other. I really don't. I really don't. And there's so many characters, it's so easy to lose track. Like, I feel like every 5 seconds a new character's coming in and like, wait, who was that guy? Oh, apparently he's been there the whole time. Like, boom, did not know. Something that I do like that Hannah Grace does is that I'm pretty sure it's called Maple Hills in California. She has 2 other books called Wildfire and Daydream. And apparently they are also in Maple Hills. So, like, it's their friends that are also dating around in their love stories. It moves too quickly. I feel like Anastasia's character was overlooked. I feel like Nathan's character was overlooked. I don't think it was developed as properly. There's a lot of unnecessary drama. I feel like the book was written too fast, too quick. Hannah Grace really apparently wanted to get a lot of stuff in it. And she did, but it doesn't all connect all together. Due to the drawn out plot, the undeveloped characters, the quickness of it, it was just a very overwhelming read. Last but certainly not least, my 5-star review, Verity by Colleen Hoover. So Verity, they're adapting it into a movie right now, and I just saw like the teaser photos. Drop dead gorgeous Dakota Johnson, love you. She's gonna play Lowen so well. Do you know how many times I've recommended this book to somebody? Literally has my heart through and through. I don't know what else to say about it. It's one of those books that I cannot say anything because everything is impactful. Everything is going to have some sort of turn. Everything is going to connect to something. You cannot overlook this book. Psychological thriller, a psychological romance thriller with Lowen and Jeremy and Verity, and then these I can't say that. I want to spoil it so bad. I will literally make a whole video about this book. Love this book. I will sit here and read it from cover to cover. Like, but what's cool about it is it's not just a book. It's also a manuscript and a letter. So Lowen basically gets pulled into Verity and Jeremy's life. They're married. Because Verity's sick and she's an author and she can't write her books. So Jeremy's like, hey, could you ghostwrite this book for Verity? And Lowen's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then she comes in, she's going through Verity's office, and she finds a manuscript. And that is where the book turns. Alright, back to what I was saying. My storage ran out, so I had to do that real quick. Anyways, we're back and we're talking about my 5-star review, Verity. So, back to what I was saying. If you love a intense, thought-provoking, dark, thriller, romance, twisty, dark turns, this book is for you. I will give a disclaimer that it does have some pretty intense scenes, and some of those intense scenes fall into the romance category. Overall, this book is thrilling. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like, when I tell you, it was so good. that whenever I needed to do something else while I was writing this book, if I ever needed to do another chore or do something else except read, I would turn the audiobook on. Like, that's how good it was. I did not put this book down. If anything, I've read this book 13 times. Like, it is so, so, so good. I highly recommend this book. Add this one to your cart. Please, please, please. You will not regret it. These books are available in the description with their Amazon links. Just for you to know that I do get an affiliate link with these. So if you wish to not purchase through my affiliate link, just search them up on Amazon and they'll show up there. But if you want to help me out, click my affiliate link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you got some inspiration from this video to either DNF that book or put a book on your TBR. Listen, my TBR is like 125 books long. You're not alone. Put another book on there. Add another book to cart. But thank you guys so much for watching.